about the unity. There's nothing they can do with us, so ain't nobody moving me. Like the king, we make it plain and simple. Bringing knowledge and fire and reality simple. Reality simple. My black people, it's all about the unity. There's nothing they can do with us, so ain't nobody moving me. Like the king, we make it plain and simple. Bringing knowledge and fire and reality simple.
Peace and respect you. I am the Angel Snub 7 on YouTube, and this is the Reality's Temple on Earth Internet Ministry. Wow, it makes you want to shake your head. It makes you laugh, because if you don't laugh, you will cry. I want to tell y'all a short story. Well, not a short story, but give you an example of something here. I received a call from an older lady, and she told me she was an ex-Catholic pastor or preacher or something to do with Catholicism, something to that effect. Basically a Christian, and now she's learning African spirituality. On one of my, well, not on one, on my videos, I usually put my telephone number, contact number. So not only do I get calls from people wanting to know more about the ideas that I present, but they also get me confused with those who represent African spirituality, Hebrew Israelites, Kemetic, all kinds of stuff. They think that's me. That goes to show you that people really aren't really listening, or they're not reading the description box, or they're not even listening to the video at all. Because clearly you see that is not me. But anyway, I was speaking with the lady, and she wanted me to refer her to somebody else, which I have no problem, because I fear no knowledge. However, I fear no wisdom. I fear no ideology. I am not jealous of none of this black power, black conscience, Hebrew Israelite, Kemetic, whatever that y'all got out there that you're running around and y'all happy with African spirituality, all this stuff that y'all have made up, fabricated, because that's what it is. It's all fabricated. I don't fear none of it. If she wants to know more about it, don't want nothing to do with me, so be it. I have no problem with that. So, but she did give me time to speak with her, and I wanted to show her the error and the flaw of that ideology, that type of thinking. And after we spoke for a little while, she said, I see your point, but we all have to grow, come from one place to another. And I am saying to us that your growth, time does not wait for you to grow. If you do not develop in time in the body, if the brain does not develop the way it should in the body, then when you become physically grown, then they consider you mentally retarded if your mind is still like that of a 3-year-old when you're 30 years old. They consider you mentally retarded. Time waits for no one. You must develop properly. We as a people are not developing properly. As I explained to her, and I will continue to explain to you later on in this video, we function on a childlike level. We have yet to grow, even after being 100 years after Marcus Garvey bringing us the red, black, and the green. Now, she agreed with everything that I was telling her. However, she could not accept the real truth. She still wanted to continue her African spirituality, knowing that's not the right direction to go. Many of you do the same thing. It is not the right direction to go, but that's where y'all want to go. So, you're happy in your untruth. You know that is not true. And I also raised this question back when I was a Muslim, bringing Islam to Christians, and they said the same thing. Well, what are we supposed to do? Well, the first thing that you're supposed to do, and you claim that you represent truth, but you don't want to accept the truth. So you continue to wallow in your condition right now as we speak, because none of y'all say that y'all want truth. You say that you want some truth, but the truth has to bend to your will, and you will not bend to what real truth is. So until you decide that you want to really accept the truth, you will continue to just holler and scream black power till your lungs fall out, but your condition will not change. And what's even more funny, some of these pro-black African, black conscious people, they talk about this melanin thing. Melanin this, melanin that. But at the same time, listen, this is the funny thing. Melanin is so great, but they have their air conditioner on. They always talk about the ancestors this and the ancestors that. The ancestors did not have air conditioning. But as soon as it get hot with your melanin having self, you turn on the air conditioning. This goes to show how fake y'all are. If melanin is so good and black people come from a hot climate, how come you're not trying to return back to adjusting to the heat? As soon as you get a little hot, you turn on the air conditioner. Some of y'all claim that y'all have out-of-body experience. What's the sense of having an out-of-body experience? You can't do nothing. You're just flying around your body. But it just so happened that you're able to get back to your body just in time so you can make it to the Caucasian man's job that you don't want to lose, because that's the only way that you can pay your bills. You know, African spirituality, but you got none of your teaching from any African, living or dead. It's fabricated teaching. It's false. It's manufactured. It's a mix of Christianity and so-called African stuff from Kemet that nobody can prove anything. It's fabricated. It's false. So you're putting yourself on a false path. So you might as well just be happy being a slave to Caucasian people. At least that's real. You're a real slave. Now you turn right around, making yourself a voluntary slave to delusions, fantasy. How can the Caucasian people allow you to stand in Harlem having debates and running your mouth, and the police don't give you a hassle, but yet it's still a few years ago, as a slave, they had a law against black people hanging out on the corner. No more than 2 or 3 slaves could hang out together. But now they don't mind that y'all get together and have debates and holler and scream at each other on the corner. They don't mind that. That should tell you something in and of itself when the Caucasian people who are in power don't see you as a threat or just a bunch of Negroes running their mouth. And then a lot of y'all talk about Africa. What you want to do with Africa? You just want to go to Africa and rape Africa for her diamonds, her gold, her oil, whatever Africa got. You know better than the European. You're doing the same thing that the European. Your mentality is the same as the European. You don't want truth. Christian, Negro, Hebrew, Israelite, Kemetic, none of y'all really want real truth. You don't think no further than these teachings. I'm suggesting to you to think for yourself and accept your reality. That's the beginning of your real change. Continue to embrace and be loyal to these delusions and these manufactured teachings, and that's what you're going to get as freedom, a delusion of freedom, a fake freedom. That's what you're getting right now. Fairy tales that comfort the mind of children, because a child don't know no better when you tell them about Santa Claus and you tell them about Humpty Dumpty and Barney the dinosaur. Children don't know no better. And clearly, you don't know no better to continue to accept these fairy tales and these delusions as actual history, as a real tool to free yourself from a real oppressor. Thank you for listening. Stay tuned. Jot down your comments. I'm getting ready to go into a short video lecture. And y'all just stay tuned. You got to change the way you think. You got to use common sense. Be rational. Be logical. Use reasoning. And reject these fairy tales. Alright, y'all, hold on a second. Going on to the video lecture. Here we go! Many of these so-called pro-black, power-conscious people, whatever, maybe Hebrew Israelites or whatever, they talk all this black, this, and they base their conversation on melanin and all this other stuff. You black, race, or part of a divine tribe, however they come, they claim that they're awakened. Their minds have become awakened to the fact that they are some form of African or other so-called black conscious. However, this awakening doesn't tell them that even the word black and African comes from interaction with races who place the people of the earth into what we now know of as racial categories. The original people of this earth, of this continent that you call Africa, or so-called humanity itself, prior to the coming of the pink Caucasian people or race, never, nor is there any evidence, and I want you to show it to me, that prior to the Europeans, that the original people of this planet called themselves black, that they were interested in race. There were racial categories that they placed themselves into. There is no evidence that they did such a thing. So an awakening based upon skin color, it is not awakening at all, but another form of sleep. Except now, this sleep has become acceptable in the belief that this idea, I am actually sort of reading off my post that I put on Facebook. So, and this is not a real good copy. It's too small, and as you get older, you can't see as well as you used to. But y'all follow me. This new awakening based on race is acceptable because you turned or made your race superior. You made your race, instead of inferior or negative, now you gave it some type of positivity, so now the sleep is acceptable. But your belief in this idea was not your idea, it was that of another. And what has happened, it has returned you to sleep. Wow.